Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of NHL Trade Talk Now. My name is Jim Parsons. I'm here with NHLTradeTalk.com. We got a trade to announce. It's not been officially announced by the NHL or the Edmonton Oilers or the Chicago Blackhawks, but multiple sources have reported that the Edmonton Oilers have had a Duncan Keith from the Chicago Blackhawks, defenseman, veteran. He's about 37 years old, be 38 next year. They have traded him to Edmonton in exchange for Caleb Jones, a defenseman, and a third-round pick. Now, the conditions of the third-round pick or the rest of the trade is still not exactly clear because the Oilers don't have a third-rounder in 2021. But we'll see exactly where this all falls down. But the trade itself is it's polarizing amongst Oilers fans and some in Chicago. Basically, there's no salary retained in this deal. So Duncan Keith goes to the Oilers, and his $5.5 million cap hit for the next 2 seasons goes as well. There were lots of reports that Chicago Blackhawks were not willing to retain salary on this deal, and that maybe the Oilers would walk away because of it, but that's not exactly what happened. In fact, the original reports were that the Oilers had offered Caleb Jones and a fourth-round pick, plus tried to pawn off goaltender Mikko Koskinen in the deal to send some salary the other way. Not only did that not happen, but the Oilers moved the fourth to a third-round pick, and Koskinen did not go in the deal. So the Oilers paying full price for Duncan Keith. They're trading a third-round pick and Caleb Jones in exchange, which has not sat well with a lot of the Oilers fan base. Now, Duncan Keith could be a very interesting player for the Oilers in limited minutes and in the right spot. He could be extremely effective. There's no questioning his leadership, what he's done in the NHL, his commitment to health and fitness, and how much experience he's got. But what does his game still have to offer? That's up for debate because in Chicago he was paired with some rookies, and it was a sort of adventures in babysitting quest over there. In more limited minutes in Edmonton, he could be really effective. But even still, $5.5 million for the next 2 seasons is a lot of money for Ken Holland to be paying. And considering that he's got a lot of work left to do, a top 6 left winger, a third-line center, potentially an upgrading goal, adding this much money is going to make things a little bit more tight for him. Now, Chicago's probably going to be moving on to try to acquire Seth Jones, and Caleb Jones is the key to this here because his brother is now in Chicago, and Seth Jones might think the Blackhawks are more attractive. So could we be having the same conversation about Chicago? Will they have overpaid to get Seth Jones in a trade? It's possible. We don't know. But we'll see where this pans out. We assume that the Oilers will protect Duncan Keith in the NHL expansion draft, and then from there, we'll find out exactly what else they do. But right now, it's not looking pretty from the Oilers fans' perspective. There are too many people wondering why Holland gave up so much when he had seemingly most of the leverage here. But Stan Bowman seemed to stand firm on what he wanted for Duncan Keith, wasn't going to budge, and the Oilers must have wanted the player a lot because they paid for it. So the trade is done. It's not necessarily official yet, but multiple sources are saying Caleb Jones in a third to Chicago for Duncan Keith. We'll have more on this. There's a couple links below the video to articles we've written about this story. Feel free to check them out. As well, don't forget to hit the like and notification buttons for more videos in the future. And when we have it, we'll give you a lot more details on trades that are coming up because it could be a very, very busy time in the NHL for a lot of people. All right, guys, take care, and we will talk to you soon.